Hello guys, my name is Amit Sani and I welcome you in this daily PIB analysis video. In the morning, the Hindu paper analysis videos they come. In the evening, the PIB videos they come. And these are totally exam oriented, prelims oriented lessons. And we will not waste our time. 28th of May it is. And let's start the lesson. Important concept based questions we are discussing here, and some economy and geography concepts we are going to discuss today. And let's start the lesson. These are the numbers there, you can call and you can ask for these pen drive courses. And the 60% off is also going on all these courses. The chat section is available on the website. So daily I tell you about these important issues, and very helpful these are. Akash MK1S, it's an upgraded version of Akash missile, that is a surface to air missile. Means we are targeting some aerial target there, and this is actually adding in its capacity the command guidance and active terminal seeker guidance. So these two things are developed by DRDO here, and you can see Akash M1S missile, MK M1S missile, the name is given to it. And Chandipur, Odisha was the place where these are normally tested, and Satish Dhawan Space Center is there in Sriharikota Island, where the testing and the launching of rockets that happened. So that is the difference between rockets and missiles, and these are surface to air missiles. Question regarding the clouds. First I tell you about the cloud types, and then you will understand the question here. You see, understand this. This is ground, and these are the clouds near to ground. Around the height would be less than 2000 meters. So these are low clouds, low height clouds. If these are spread like a sheet, then these are stratus clouds. And if these are light in color, that means they will not bring any rains. If these are dark in color, then they will bring rains. So if they are related to rains concept, then the nimbo or the nimbus is added into that. Okay, so if these are spread like sheet, then stratus clouds, and nimbostratus if these are darker ones. So nimbostratus brings rains. If these are normally in the form of cumuls, the cotton cumuls, as we all know. So, and these are mixed up with the clouds which are spread like a sheet, then these will be called stratocumulus. And if they are lighter one, then they will not bring any rain. If these are darker one in colors like a dark brown or something like that, then they may bring some rains, but not heavy rains. If these are normally looking like that, like cumulus clouds, and these are near to ground, then simply they will be called cumulus clouds. Always they will have a flat base. Always they will have a flat base, and their extension would be towards skies. Okay, you can see in the picture here. If these are very dark and very much scary in their texture, in their looking, and they are very dense clouds and dark yellowish brownish clouds, and evening time after the noon time, if these are created and their expansion is too high vertically, means they are near the ground, the flat base is near the ground, but the expansion vertically is in kilometers, and they are reaching up to heights of 6 to 8 kilometers. Then these are cumulonimbus clouds. Nimbus because they are bringing a lot of rains, and mainly with the southwest monsoon, you will see these kind of clouds. And during the evening time around 3 to 4 o'clock, and in the equatorial region, these kind of clouds are created. In the cyclones and all, these kind of clouds are created. So these are the most dangerous ones. They bring hailstorms and all. So these are cumulonimbus clouds, and always the shape would be annual shape from the top. So annual shape is also an iconic thing. So annual head and flat base, and vertical expansion is the cumulonimbus clouds. You can see the picture. These are cumulonimbus clouds. They will bring a lot of rains. These two are the cumulonimbus clouds. Okay. Now see, we talked about low clouds and cumulonimbus clouds. Now if the height is around 4000 meters or 2 to 4000 meters, and these are in some forms, so alto prefix would be added here. Alto is a middle class car, so you can say it's a middle height clouds, and alto you can add here. If these are in form of cumuls, then alto cumulus. If these are spread like sheet and present at height of 4000 meters, then alto stratus. Okay, now the next category is cirrus clouds. These are more than 6 kilometer height. If these are simply feather like clouds not bringing any rains, then cirrus clouds, simple cirrus clouds. And if these are spread like sheet covering the entire skies, okay, You can see in the picture, these are cirrostratus clouds covering the entire skies. You cannot define where these are starting, where these are ending. And you see in this picture, you can see these are cirrostratus clouds. Cirrostratus, spread like sheet. Okay, and you can see cirrostratus clouds. And important is that you see a halo of the sun. You can see some amount of sun through these clouds, and these are specifically cirrostratus clouds. So halo is a symbolic thing with the cirrostratus clouds. You can see halo here, cirrostratus clouds. If these are in cumulus form, and these are very high clouds, not related to rains, they don't bring any rains, they are spread in the skies and in the upper skies, very high height. You can see in this picture, these are spread like this. These are cumulus type clouds, but spread like in a very long area, okay, very big area. So these are cirrocumulus clouds. Cirrocumulus, okay, like cumulus. This sky is called mackerel sky. Mackerel sky. You see, mackerel sky. And normally, if these clouds are like in this form, simply cirrus clouds, no rains and all, and after the rain, sometimes in the upper sky, you can see these kind of clouds. So these are called mare's tail. Mare means the female horse. Mare's tail, like the mare's tail, these are spread like that. So spread like feathers or mare's tail. So these are called mare's tail clouds. And these are mackerel sky. So mackerel sky and mare's tail, these are phenomena with the high clouds, more than 6,000 meter in height. So this is the particular categorization. Okay, alto means middle, cirro means higher clouds, and nothing is added with the low clouds. Only nimbo or nimbus is added if these are associated with the rains. Okay, so the question was asking about the 4 to 7,000 meters height clouds and exist in patches, can be seen scattered and in a cotton wool form, means cumulus forms. So these are simply cumulus clouds. Okay, these are the cumulus clouds. These are middle height clouds. They are not near the ground. They are not at a very high position. So these are cumulus clouds, simply alto cumulus clouds. And normally after the rains, you see them scattered in the skies. Okay, and if they are very much dense, they are coming closer, and the color turns into darker ones, then they will bring rains. Okay, you see now they are very much dense, coming closer to each other, and they are becoming darker and darker, and they may bring in future. But normally these are seen after the rains, and the color would be very much bright. Okay, you see, this is the cumulonimbus clouds. After noon time, they will bring up in the skies, and normally looking yellowish and brownish in the color, and due to their timing at the sunset time, so they sometimes bright like that. Okay, next, the phenomena of inflation. Normally, what is inflation? When suppose a condition where a vegetable seller is there, and if he is selling its vegetables in a very posh area where very rich people are living, so they can pay higher amounts for the same products. Okay, and if that person is selling these vegetables in a very poor area, and on the street people are not having much money, so the same product would be sold on a different price. In the rich area, that particular product, maybe 1 kg of tomatoes, he would sell for 20 rupees per kg. Maybe in a poor area, the same type of tomatoes, they will be sold at 10 rupees per kg. So same product but higher price. This is inflation. Okay, means prices are shot up. So increase in money supply, that is also a reason. Fall in production, that is also a reason of inflation, because if the production is very low, if very less tomatoes are available, so they will increase the prices of the tomatoes, so that very less people who are capable, who can give higher prices, only they will be able to buy that. So this is also an inflation rise in the prices because of the fall in production. So that can also be a reason. Combinedly, these both can be a reason in a particular stage. So C, A and B, all three can be a reason for inflation. Okay, D is nowhere the reason. So this question is incomplete. We should add incorrect here, and D would be the incorrect option here, because of the D option, there would be no inflation. Okay, so leave about this. D would be the answer here, and incorrect you can add here. Okay, so that's the thing. Next, the explanation is given here with proper examples. You can understand here the same concept as I told you. Producer and wholesaler and retailer, always the prices would be very higher with the retailer. So this is how at different levels prices rise, and this is also a kind of a inflation there. Next, most benefited from inflation. Who would be those people? You see, inflation means general rise in the price index. That is the particular definition. So why that happened? As I told you, increase in money supply. So when that happens, that means when 10 rupee per kg was the price, now 20 rupees per kg is the price. Means 1 kg of tomatoes, where in the earlier condition 10 rupees could buy 1 kg, now 20 rupees are buying that same per kg. That means the power, purchasing power of that money, that is decreasing. Okay, purchasing power is decreasing. So in this case, what's going to happen? There would be a change in economic stage where money is losing its purchasing power. So today what 4 lakh rupees, maybe for example 4 lakh rupees, what they can buy, after 5 years they won't be able to buy same thing in 4 lakh rupees. Maybe 6 or 7 lakh rupees they have to pay, because there is inflation in the prices. So in this condition, who is going to be benefited here? Only the debtors. They will be benefited here, because if I'm going to take 10 lakh rupees loan from a bank, and they will decide a particular interest rate, and after 10 years I will repay them these 10 lakh rupees amount. So in this condition, if inflation is there, so what's going to happen? After 10 years, these 10 lakh rupees, they will not have the same purchasing power. Maybe 10 lakh rupees would have a purchasing power of maybe 5 lakh rupees after 10 years. Means today's 10 lakh rupees will be equal to 5 lakh rupees of 10 years later. So that means your money is losing purchasing power. So at that time, after 10 years, it would be very easy for me to earn 10 lakh rupees from somewhere. Okay, and my wages would also be higher than today's amount. So it means that if I am taking a loan on a particular interest rate from the bank, then it would be easy for me to repay that loan, because that money is easy to earn after 10 years, or successively, gradually in 10 years I will be easily earn that money and I will repay the loan very easily. So at that time, who is at loss? Banks are at loss. Okay, means creditors, they are at very much loss, and debtors, they are at very much advantage due to inflation. If inflation is not there, deflation is there, then debtors would be very much troubled. Government pensioners and the normal employees, okay, there would be not much impact on these people for the short period when their wages are increased. So for some time, maybe for some days, maybe for some months, they will have some advantage, but after that everything would be balanced, because prices will increase with that particular time. Saving bank account holders, they will not earn much here, so people will not be in a mood to keep that money in banks. Okay, so people will not go for fixed deposits and all, because they will not earn much, because only interest is added, and after that particular period of time, maybe for 4, 5, 6, 10 years, that money will not be having that much purchasing power. So people will not be interested in keeping that money in the banks. Maybe they will buy some commodity, maybe they will buy some land, maybe they will buy some gold or something like that. So this is the condition. So debtors will be benefited in the inflation condition, and creditors, they will be losing it. Okay, you can see the example is given here. Simply, inflation implies, as I told you, inflation exactly implies that rise in general price of index. That is the official definition. Otherwise, rise in budget deficit, this is a particular consequence of it. Okay, and rise in money supply, this is a particular characteristic of inflation. This is the thing that we see normally during inflation. But actual definition, actual implication is general price index rise. Okay, this is also a thing that we normally see with inflation condition. Exactly, we cannot say that this is the definition. Proper definition is this of inflation. Okay, next, when unemployment is also there, inflation is also there. So this condition comes when inequality is there. Today you can see that if only the rich people, they are able to buy products. So if because they are able to buy those products, and there are many rich people in India, so the prices will rise according to their inflation. But the unemployed people, they are going through the most difficult times because they are not earning anything and the prices of the commodities, they are rising. So it's a condition of stagflation, and if that condition remains for a longer period of time, then after some time prices will also not rise, because many people, they are out of their jobs and they are unemployed and they cannot buy anything. So it will create a negative pressure on the market also. Their products will not be sold because there would be decline in the rich people's number, and ultimately this would be a phase of depression. Okay, so this is the condition. So if the unemployment is also there, inflation is also there, then this is a condition of stagflation. Okay, disinflation means reduction in the rate of inflation. Reduction in the rate of inflation, okay, not in the prices. Rate of inflation is there. Maybe it was there earlier 10% inflation, but now it is 5% inflation. So this is called disinflation. Deflation means reduction in the prices, means it is in the minus number. The percentage is now minus 2% is the inflation. That means the prices are decreasing. This is deflation. Okay. Reflation means again there is some boost up in the prices. Skewflation means for a particular category the prices are rising. Maybe for the food items the prices are rising, but these are not rising for some other commodities and all. So after 2009, in starting of 2010, the food products, the food inflation was too much in the starting of 2010, and that was a very difficult condition. The onion prices, they shot up to 200 rupees per kg. So this was a skewflation condition. Maybe due to some less production or something like that, there can be skewflation. Recession means when there are less people who can buy things. So many people, maybe they are unemployed and they do not go for some they are not buying any product, they are not going to markets. So there would be a depression in the market, and they would decrease their prices so that more people can come and buy these things. Obviously it's a condition that is a loss for the sellers, but they are bound to decrease their prices so that anyhow people would come and they will buy. If still people are not able to buy these things, then it would be a very depression like condition. Their GDP is also stuck, the market is also stuck, people are not buying things, so there are losses with the sellers, and people are also not having any employment, they are not having any money to buy things, so they are also staying at their homes. And if this goes on for months, then this would bring a recession like condition that was there in 2008, and it has multiple negative impacts, because many people, they are not coming to buy things, so the products, they will not be sold. So there would be a depression in the production houses also, and the people who are producing these items, they will not produce more because already the stock is there, that is not cleared, people are not buying that, so they will not produce any more commodities. So they will not be able to pay wages to these employees who are working in their mills and their factories, so they won't be able to pay them their wages, so they will throw them out of their jobs. So more people will be unemployed now, and the unemployed numbers are rising. So more is the number of those people who are not coming to the market. Then that means the negative phase is rising. So it's a very dangerous condition. And if this goes on for months, then it may turn into Great Depression, where nobody is having any money to buy something, and the sellers are also depressed, totally depressed, and their stocks are rotting in their shops, and nobody is buying that. So this is the condition of recession and the Great Depression, and it starts with some kind of depression and the stagflation. Okay, so that's the thing. Next question, the solutions that can check inflation temporarily. So it's only a temporary solution, not a long-term solution. If you decrease the money supply, then there can be decrease in the prices of the commodities, and there may be that some section of people, they will go to market and they will able to buy some things because the prices are coming down. So this happens when you decrease the money supply. You can do it with a rise in the interest rates. Interest rate rise means less people are able to take loans, and the money supply would be very less there in the market. Okay, and if the interest rate are going up, then more people will deposit their money in the bank accounts. That means money is sucked from the market towards banks. Okay, so that's the condition, and with the higher interest rate you can suck the money out of the market and you can decrease the money supply, and this is how the prices will come down in the market, because people have less money to buy things. So this is a temporary measure, it's not a long-term solution. Rest of the questions we will take tomorrow, and now thanks a lot, keep watching, and we will come again with the more questions tomorrow morning. Thanks a lot.